Hi, my name is Olga Bredikhina. I work as a business intelligence manager with the Alabama Mobility and Power Center at the University of Alabama. And today I will provide an overview of our center's work by talking about advancing transportation electrification and energy transition through public-private partnerships and workforce development. Transportation electrification, as well as the battery industry, present a very significant economic development opportunity. It's estimated that the investment of $3.7 trillion will be needed by 2040 to support the electric transportation industry. For the US, the economic development opportunity means the creation of hundreds of thousands of new jobs, new manufacturing facilities, research facilities, and infrastructure development. The Southeast is very well positioned to take advantage of the opportunity, being home to many of the major OEMs, suppliers, and logistic corridors. It's very well set up for the expansion of the electric vehicle industry and battery industry. However, the investment in regional innovation infrastructure, workforce development, extensive research and expertise, and the establishment of a strong domestic EV value chain will be needed. The emergence of the new industry creates challenges for the supply chains, workforce, as well as the electric grid. The Alabama Mobility and Power Center, or AMP, and the Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia Network for Electric Transportation have been working to address those challenges by bringing together academia, government, and industry partners to create a collaborative EV ecosystem in Alabama and the Southeast. AMP was founded in 2021 as a partnership between Alabama Power, Mercedes-Benz, and the University of Alabama. And it helps to bring together academia, industry, and government to advance EV technologies, power and battery research and testing, and workforce training. Currently, it's a consortium that brings together partners from different sectors within the EV ecosystem to find holistic solutions to the challenges in the EV industry. AMP focuses on three distinct areas: youth-inspired research, economic development, and workforce development. Youth-inspired research means that we work closely with industry partners to understand the questions that need to be answered in the industry, and our research is driven by those questions. On the workforce development side, we work with industry partners to understand the gaps in knowledge and the skills requirements and the needs that the industry has with regards to workforce. And then we work with our K through 12, two-year college, four-year college, and graduate program partners to develop curriculum programs that would help address those needs and gaps that the industry has. And today I will talk about the four main initiatives that AMP has. It's the EV consumer and business intelligence research, battery research, power research, and the National Training Center, which I will talk more about in detail a little later in the presentation. Very soon after AMP was founded, it became clear that the task of creating or facilitating the development of the EV ecosystem, it's very large, and no one state or no one entity can do that alone. So AMP and Alabama partnered with Mississippi State University, the University of Georgia, government partners, and industry partners across the three states to work together to create a robust EV value chain and promote the development of EV ecosystem technology and infrastructure in the region. Currently, Magnet comprises over 100 partners from the three states, and it was started with the support from the $1 million planning grant through the NSF Regional Innovation Engines Program. And in April, so this month, we will be applying for the Type 2 grant, which, if we are awarded, it will give us $160 million over the next 10 years to support the economic development activity and EV ecosystem development in the region through Magnet. The main idea behind Magnet is that the three states use shared resources, shared expertise, and shared facilities to make sure that we can provide the knowledge, the research, the workforce, and the resources that the industry needs in the region for the EV ecosystem to continue developing. And now I will talk about the 4 key initiatives that are led by AMP, but all of them, they feed into Magnet's work as well. The Electric Vehicle Adoption Prediction Tool, EVOLVE, the Battery Research Center, the Power Research Center, and the National Training Center. In order to facilitate the development of the EV ecosystem, it's important to understand consumer behavior to be able to predict how many EV cars will be bought and when, what the demand for energy, workforce, and raw materials will look like in the future. Most other electric vehicle adoption prediction tools that have been developed by other research centers or companies that are based heavily on government regulation in the market. Our tool weighs heavily the information about consumer anxieties and consumer perceptions of different trends in the EV market, because at AMP we believe that it's the consumer that drives the demand in the electric vehicle market. So we developed the electric vehicle adoption prediction tool, EVOLVE, that is based on state vehicle registrations data, as well as the data from a number of sources, including the Department of Revenue, the S&P Global Mobility data, US DOE, and other data sources. The data was processed to develop a set of indices that were entered into the model as parameters. And when users access the model, they are asked to go through a sequence of questions that elicit their opinions about different trends, such as when there will be price parity between EVs and gas vehicles, EV driving range, availability of charging infrastructure, and other questions. Once users enter their answers, they build their prediction model, which essentially is one of the many scenarios available using that tool. And using those predictions, the users of the EVOLVE tool, they can also develop forecasts for the EV production levels, the demand for energy, the demand for trained workforce and raw materials. And these applications is what the industry partners find most helpful. So currently, the EVOLVE tool in the web design stage of development, and we hope to have it completed and running within a few months. The prediction model is very strong for Alabama. It's at 98% confidence level. However, we're working on getting the data to expand the model to the Southeast, as well as hopefully to the national level. Another application of the tool is the policy research. For example, we used the adoption predictions generated by the tool to estimate the tax revenue shortfall from the EV adoption, basically the impact of the transition into EVs on state tax revenues. And we found that currently there is a shortfall associated with the usage of EVs in the state. And in the future, unless changes are made to the taxation strategy, there will be even larger shortfall, because if we consider all of the taxes paid annually by EVs and gas vehicles, EVs in Alabama, they still end up paying less on a per vehicle basis. So we found that for the 20-year period between 2022 and 2041, there would be a shortfall of $1.1 billion in the state tax revenues unless changes are made to the taxation system. Now we'll talk about the second initiative, the AMP Battery Research Lab. AMP Battery Research Lab was a $15.7 million investment that allowed creating a facility dedicated to the development of battery and energy storage technologies. This is currently under construction and hopefully should be coming online in early 2026. Focus areas include raw materials production, materials processing and cell manufacturing, module and pack manufacturing, end-of-life recycling, and reuse. The AMP Battery Lab will be a one-stop shop for deploying battery and energy storage technologies at scale. It will allow increasing collaboration and aggregating resources across campus. It will serve as a pilot-scale battery manufacturing plant to bridge the gap between lab scale and commercial production. It will provide services such as testing as a service, failure analysis, turnkey prototyping for small to medium-sized cells. The third initiative is the AMP Power Research Lab. This has been a $30 million investment, which allowed creating a cutting-edge facility serving as a testbed for battery energy storage systems and energy efficiency research. This is currently coming online. While the battery lab is expected to be open in early 2026, this is already becoming operational. Focused areas include charging infrastructure and grid integration, fast charging, V2X, and bidirectional charging technologies, smart grid technologies to optimize power delivery and distribution for residential, commercial, and large-scale applications. This also serves as a power research site for the DOE-designated Alabama Building Training and Assessment Center that provides hands-on job training for clean energy careers. And the Power Lab includes the 1.25 megawatt power source, a microgrid, solar arrays, level 1, 2, and 3 chargers, and we're able to do research through a complex switchgear on a 240 volt, 408 volt AC power, or 800 volt DC power. That means residential type power, industrial type power, and off-grid solutions. Partnerships include the partnership with Mercedes-Benz on grid storage research, battery workforce challenge, and the integration of autonomous EV chargers. And the last initiative that I would like to talk about is also one of the most important at AMP. It's the National Training Center that serves to understand EV workforce needs and develop comprehensive training programs for students, state and local officials, and professionals in the EV industry. This is a collaborative platform at AMP that brings together partners from the academia, government, and the industry to make sure that we all work together to understand the industry needs with regards to workforce development and make sure that the curriculum programs that we help design, they're aligned with those needs. I would like to emphasize that our center works to train primarily instructors that then would go and teach students at the K through 12, 2-year college, 4-year college, and graduate program level. The National Training Center is a very collaborative space. We have a lot of shared spaces there. We have a lot of co-location spaces and also offices on site for the school system representatives, community college representatives, workforce development partners, and other partners to make sure that we bring everyone together to solve those issues around EV workforce development. The current initiatives include the EV Go-Kart Challenge, industry workshops, high-voltage safety training, and collaboration with workforce development partners and educational institutions to build the pipeline between K through 12 education, technical training, and high-demand energy careers. The National Training Center works closely together with the other initiatives that I covered. For example, it gets the data from the Business Intelligence Center to know when and how many workers will be needed, and we can provide the information at the degree attainment level, how many bachelor's, high school, 2-year college, or advanced degree holders will be needed, as well as the fields such as electrical engineers, chemical engineers, etc., for the state to meet the workforce needs in the EV sector. And then the National Training Center also works with the AMP consortium members to understand what the industry needs with regards to workforce, as well as the Battery Research Lab and the Power Research Lab, to get the understanding and the knowledge that is then fed into the development of the curriculum programs at the National Training Center. And I would like to wrap up by saying that AMP works closely with industry partners and contributes to the economic development, not only through the initiatives that I have covered, but also by helping recruit companies to the state in the EV space, because AMP can provide the information and the data with regards to workforce, as well industry-related data, as well as it can help companies work together in the EV space. Without industry partners, our work would not be meaningful, and we always look for collaborations and new partnerships. If anyone would like to connect regarding any of the initiatives I've covered, or has ideas for new collaborations, or has an interest in joining the consortium, please contact us. And I have the contact information here, as well as my email and our email address. Thank you.